Once upon a time in a beautiful kingdom called Eldoria, there lived a young prince named Leo. He was kind, brave, and loved by everyone in the kingdom. With golden hair and a heart full of dreams, Prince Leo was next in line to become king after his father, King Alaric. But Prince Leo had one big problem. He did not want to be king. While other princes dreamed of wearing crowns and ruling over their kingdoms, Leo dreamed of exploring distant lands, meeting new people, and having adventures. He loved to climb mountains, swim in rivers, and listen to the stories of travelers. One sunny morning, Leo decided to tell his father about his dreams. "Father, I love this kingdom, but I wish to see the world beyond our walls. I want to learn and discover new things," he said, hoping the king would understand. King Alaric looked at his son with serious eyes. "My dear Leo, being a king is a great responsibility. You must learn to love your people and lead them. One day you will wear this crown and take on that duty." "But father, what if my heart longs for adventure?" Leo asked, his eyes sparkling with excitement. The king sighed. "You must find a way to balance your duty as prince and your desire for adventure." Determined to explore, but knowing he had to honor his father's wishes, Leo hatched a clever plan. He decided to seek a wise old woman who lived in the forest. After a long journey through the woods, Leo reached the old woman's cozy cottage. She welcomed him warmly and listened to his story. "I want to travel and see the world, but I am meant to be king," he explained. "Yes," Leo said eagerly. The wise woman smiled knowingly. "A true leader must see the world and understand it. I can help you, but it will take courage and heart. Do you accept?" The wise woman handed him a small shimmering stone. "This stone grants you one wish. Use it wisely. You may travel the world, but remember, you must learn how to lead your people through your journeys." With a grateful heart, Leo returned to the kingdom and used the stone to wish for the ability to travel without leaving his home for too long. Suddenly he found that whenever he felt the call of adventure, he could close his eyes and be in a different land, experiencing its wonders. Excited, Leo traveled to bustling cities, majestic mountains, and peaceful villages. He met many people, learned their customs, and heard their stories. Each adventure filled his heart with joy and knowledge. However, he always returned home before anyone noticed he was gone. As time passed, Leo found that he was not just collecting tales of adventure, but also understanding the needs and dreams of his people. He learned how to be strong yet gentle, wise yet fun. He saw how farmers worked hard to grow food and how children longed for more stories. He realized that being a good leader meant understanding everyone's lives. One day a terrible storm struck Eldoria. The wind howled, trees fell, and the river began to flood. King Alaric quickly gathered the villagers, but they were scared and confused. Seeing his father struggle, Leo knew this was his moment to shine. He closed his eyes and imagined himself elsewhere, but this time he did not leave. Instead, he called upon the courage he had learned from his adventures. "Everyone listen!" he shouted, standing tall. "We must work together. Help your neighbors, keep your families safe, and move to higher ground. I will guide you." His calm and brave words inspired the villagers. They listened to Leo, following his guidance. Together, they made a plan to protect their homes and families, helping one another through the storm. When the rain finally stopped, the village had been saved. The people celebrated Leo for his wisdom and bravery during the crisis. King Alaric looked at his son with pride. Witnessing his son's growth filled his heart with joy. "You are a true leader, Leo," he said. "You may not wear the crown, but you have already shown what it means to be a king." From that day on, the kingdom didn't care if Leo was the official king or not. They saw him as their leader, for he had learned the true meaning of responsibility through his adventures. Prince Leo continued to explore the world, always bringing back stories and ideas to improve his kingdom, bringing both hope and happiness to his people. And so the tale of the prince who never became king became a beloved story in Eldoria. It taught everyone that true leadership is not just about wearing a crown, but about caring for others and understanding their hearts. Leo lived happily forever, exploring new lands and enriching his kingdom with all the wisdom he had gained along the way. As years passed, the villagers often told stories about the kind prince who listened to the winds of adventure, but always returned to his people. They remembered how Leo had helped them during the storm, and how he became a part of their daily lives, guiding them with the lessons he had learned from everywhere he traveled. One day, as Leo rested under a great oak tree in the village square, he saw a group of children playing. Watching them filled his heart with warmth. They were reenacting his adventures, pretending to be brave explorers just like him. He realized that he had inspired not just his people, but also the next generation. He decided to share his stories with them. "Gather around, children," he called. and soon they were seated at his feet, their eyes wide with excitement. Leo shared tales of his travels, of the towering mountains where he had befriended an eagle, of the bustling markets where he had tasted unique foods, and of the kind villagers who had welcomed him with open arms. As he spoke, the children listened intently, and the village seemed to come alive with laughter and awe. Leo loved making his people smile, and he could see the spark of adventure ignite in their hearts too. One little girl named Mia raised her hand shyly. "Prince Leo, can we also explore the world like you?" she asked. He smiled wisely. "Yes, Mia, but remember you don't have to go far to find adventure. Look around you. Every person has a story. Every tree has a whisper. There's a big world waiting for you right here." Inspired by Leo's words, the children began to create their own stories, telling tales of brave knights, magical creatures, and mysterious lands just from their imagination. Leo encouraged them, always reminding them that adventure can be found in the everyday moments of life. Over time, Prince Leo became an essential part of his kingdom, leading not from a throne, but from the hearts of the villagers. He organized festivals, helped farmers with their crops, and listened to everyone's ideas. As he nurtured the kingdom with his kindness and wisdom, King Alaric watched and realized his son was more than ready to take on royal duties when the time came. The bond between father and son grew stronger, showing that even if Leo did not wish to wear a crown, he was already ruling in a way that mattered deeply. And so the prince who never became king turned into the heart of Eldoria, a place where exploration, kindness, and community thrived. The story of Leo became a cherished folktale passed down through generations to remind everyone that true leadership comes from love, understanding, and the courage to embrace both the adventures of the world and the strength of community.